Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again for another weekly update on news and information about DCS World. I'm your host, of course, Prickly Hedgehog, and as always, I do hope wherever you are tuning in that this video finds you well. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, or if you are not so new to the channel and you haven't done that yet, don't forget to do that. Today, a little bit of an apology for the late video time here. Normally I'd bang these out a little bit earlier, but I did stop to take a very important phone call from a good friend I haven't seen for a while, but we were working through some stuff together, and always nice to be able to help out somebody in need, working through some things. And if you are in that situation where you just want to kick back and sort of touch base with a friend and reach out or what have you, make sure you do that, because it's easy to let life overwhelm you. And my friend in this case was not at crisis point, but just wanted a kind of a sounding board of some things that they were working through, which I'm happy to do. So yeah, now that PSA is out of the way, take care, and let's move on to the newsletter. And hopefully you will find this therapeutic if you are a DCS stable version user of the game. This is an exciting newsletter, scorcher in fact, similar to last week, because it has still been hot here in Minnesota, I must say. But 2.7 has of course moved at last to the stable version of the game, and they are still working on supporting and working through detailed bug reports, thanks to all of the people that are willing to put in those reports. And all I can say is that if you are new to it and you have only been available to play the stable version, and you only have that version on your computer for a variety of good reasons, let me know what your thoughts are, because it is, hopefully as you found out, an absolutely outstanding change to the game. The game looks so different, so much more realistic, so much more vivid and immersive. And it's just fun to fly right now in the clouds and things, just to have that kind of experience and try out some different maneuvers through the clouds, do some cloud surfing, and add that dynamic to missions and campaigns, or even multiplayer flight situations too, which is cool. So let me know what your thoughts are if you're new to it, what your first impressions were being able to do it in the cockpit rather than watch somebody else's video like mine, because I just love it. And it's absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait for the more dynamic weather portions of this update to be included at a later stage as well. It's very, very exciting. All right, now, in addition to that cool news, we also have here, we're going to talk about free trials, which I think is absolutely brilliant. We're going to talk about the Viper very briefly, and we're also going to talk, similarly briefly, some updates to the R-27 missile. So this is all newsletter stuff. And the free trials component, this is a 14-day access that Eagle Dynamics is going to give you now. So if you would like to fly the Hornet for a couple of weeks, and then after you've done that, you want to try the Viper for a couple of weeks by way of comparison, now you can, with no limitations or obligations. This also includes new terrains at the same time, whatever you want to do. So you can kind of mix and match here. If you've been eyeing up a particular map but you're not sure how it's going to function on your system, say for example Syria was fairly intensive prior to the 2.7 update, that map has been improved significantly, and is going to continue to see more updates in future with the Cyprus portion. Well, now you can sort of try these things out and then mix and match some of the other bits and pieces maybe in the game, another module, another aircraft that you haven't tried, and you don't want to buy, let's say, one of the super modules like the $80 kind of F-14, which is a fan favorite, and you just want to do some comparison. Now's the opportunity to do that. It's absolutely fantastic, and I think it's a really clever idea that Eagle Dynamics has done here to allow end users to try things out, and not have to pay for them, and then have buyer's regret, or just find, wow, it's a little bit too intense for me, there's too much learning, I wished I'd purchased a less sophisticated jet. And there are discussions that we've had on this channel and others where people mention those kinds of things. So I think it's brilliant. And in addition to that cool thing, they're also allowing all newcomers to DCS the opportunity to get a 50% joining discount on your first purchase. Throat's a little sore here, excuse me. Whether you buy one module or you buy the whole library. So if you have friends out there that are playing the game or just haven't got the money to purchase other modules and they're kind of jealous of your shiny F-18 or F-14, let them know that they can try these jets out and try out maps. And remember, the base version of the game is obviously free, and then you can download these other things to try. It's an exciting time. So, unfortunately, the only, I guess, fly in the ointment is for those of you using Steam, this option is not available. I'm going to repeat that. This doesn't apply to Steam. So Steam users, unfortunately, I used to do the Steam version of the game after using the standalone, and after a while of waiting for these modules to come out and stuff like that, I ended up going back to the independent version of the game, or the standalone version. Nothing wrong with Steam as a platform, obviously. I don't have any negatives about Steam. It's just that things have to be tweaked and worked on to get them into Steam, and that takes a little bit longer. So it sort of goes open beta, stable version, and then Steam, and kind of rough order there. And sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating waiting. So that's my take on it, but you can take it or leave it. The Viper, the development roadmap here. So they're working on quite a few nifty things for the Viper, and I think the picture that we're looking at here, hopefully up on your screen, actually shows the Marianas in the background. I think that's what I'm looking at there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is a nice little hint, a little nod to what we're being teased with, what's coming up in DCS World from Eagle Dynamics. So anyway, the Viper, the next open beta, you're going to receive the GBU 31 and the GBU 38 JDAMs for the Viper, and I think some of you spotted this in some of the images that were showing up recently showcasing the Marianas again. And they're also working on fixing outstanding bugs related to the air-to-air radar and the navigation systems for the aircraft. And then there are enhancements also being made to the flight model in regards to available G and angle of attack modeling. Really cool stuff. Now, once we've addressed the critical issues, we will focus apparently efforts on completing important air-to-air radar functions. These include the DTT SAM mode, the bullseye, intercept steering queue, ACM salute, and more. So other stuff is unnamed, so we'll have to find out what that will be. The helmet-mounted queuing system, or HMCS, with the harm targeting system, HTS, the Link 16 air-to-ground mode, and IFF will also be integrated. The AGM 154 JSOW and the ALQ 131 and 184 electronic countermeasure pods are also next in line to be added. Those are some significant changes to the aircraft. That's going to increase, obviously, its broaden its flexibility in game, which is going to be good. Obviously, it's a well known as a multi-role aircraft. It obviously excels at the dogfight role, no question about that. But it is, as I've stated, a pretty capable aircraft in other roles as well, and this is going to please a lot of people who are looking forward to more work being done on this aircraft, and I know a lot of you are, and it is a big fan favorite. So good stuff. Thank you, Eagle Dynamics. Now, speaking of good stuff, the Super Carrier, which I absolutely love as a module, it's getting some reworking going on as well. So it's received a number of notable updates to the deck crew that include improved meshes and geometry tweaks. So the plane director shooter model has been edited to include skinning and geometry corrections, improved mesh and skinning for the hands and the gloves. That's going to be cool because they do look, I think they were a little bit, muddly. Especially when you're trying to make videos and stuff like that. You're trying to showcase some cool stuff, but the hands were a little bit off. The Sailor Head model has been replaced with a much more realistic one. The Air Boss model has been improved with improved hands, and they removed the bear belly. Speaking of beer, I'm enjoying a nice dark ale right now. I forget the name of it. I'll have to come back to that, but it's a bit potent. I'm not going to lie. It's a whiskey-aged, barrel-aged stout. It's got a bit of a kick to it, but it's quite mild in most respects. So I'll come back with the name of it. Off the top of my head, I'm forgetting. It's not because I've had too many. It's just I got too many things going on, and I forgot to make a note before I started the video. So I apologize. All right, so beer belly's gone. Mine's probably not it's growing. If I keep drinking more of these. Missing levels of detail, LOD, have been added for all models. Cool. All seated and standing poses have been corrected and improved. Cool. Fixed excessive bending animation of the legs while walking. Nice. Okay. So I'm not walking quite like a constipated cowboy. Fixed sliding legs. Fixed the intersection of arms and legs. And several new idle animations have been added for a more natural look. Mesh and skinning have been adjusted at the elbow area to reduce the effect of no mass. Oh, neat. So, yeah, that's cool. All the models have been converted to a new version of the skeleton that will improve... that will improve the look of the natural movements, which is really, really cool. So, the module itself is neat. It really is. I was very impressed last year when they did bring this out, and it has really lended itself to a greater degree of immersion, and with the new weather and all the rest of it, it's a lot of fun using this module. So I thoroughly recommend the Super Carrier and, of course, the F-18, which is a fantastic aircraft to fly. It's a lot of fun. I'm really becoming more endeared to it as I've spent more time with the Air Warfare group and some stuff that we've been doing, and I think we're all looking in that group too, looking forward to the F-16 being more complete as well. So for some of the things we have planned, which is really cool. All right, now speaking of things that definitely need more work, gosh, we need some red F4. Come on, Razbam. Where's that MiG-23? Now, in April of this year, apparently Eagle Dynamics conducted more preliminary computational fluid dynamics research for the R-27 family of missile aerodynamics. The objective was the correction of zero lift drag and missile ballistics refinement. As a result of this research, the zero lift drag coefficient was reduced for all R-27 missile types. Excuse me. Now, there is a report here. I will see if I can drag down the link for you. I haven't had a chance to look at this, so I apologize. And it looks like there's going to be more, detail on here than I can probably muster the mental power to decipher. But I will try and find the link for you so you can have a look at that. But I know a lot of people have talked about this, but it's part of a broader theme anyway of what we have and haven't got in regards to Red 4 aircraft, unfortunately, especially full fidelity. There are, of course, plenty of non-full fidelity, non-clicky cockpits, but that will change a little bit with the Hind, and which will be a bonus, but we're still missing really a good Gen 4 kind of clickable cockpit jet. So we need either, I guess the MiG-23, but also more importantly that MiG-29. So stay tuned. When more information comes to hand on that, I will give it to you. So, well, another week has gone by and another newsletter is over. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting the channel. It's growing slowly. And I would like, of course, to let you know, go over to the Air Warfare group right now. Juice is working on a very cool series of videos pertaining to Case 3 recoveries. And he's breaking them down into nice little segments with an overview to start off, the first video, in which he kind of goes through the process of how he gets the jet set up for a Case 3 recovery and including the transmissions. And then he's going through the individual segments of those stages for the till you get down to the final recovery, and picking apart more detail in each of those so that it's being broken down. And Juice is kind enough to be apologetic about his level of ability as he goes through this. He doesn't, as the Air Warfare group say, not necessarily experts, but great enthusiasts. And he's working through the process kind of like you or I would be. So it's not done in a way that's patronizing or misses so many steps because the person doing it is so comfortable that they're not very good at explaining to you what's going on. I found Juice's videos really, really good. So I recommend popping on over there, and I'll throw another link in the description below so you can check that out. And good channel, the Air Warfare group. Good guys over there, and I enjoy flying with them when I can. So do check out those videos that we've done over there, and also the ones that are being worked on by Juice and Tyro and others. So let's wrap things up. Once again, thank you. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me your feedback. I really appreciate it. And carry on flying, everybody. But do stay safe out there and have a great week. We'll see you next week.